Hello and welcome to Messing About with Models with me, John Ruddy. Today we'll be doing a quick tour of my current layout. A few people have asked to see the layout that I've currently got, and this is the first layout that I've completed, or nearly completed, and I've made a few mistakes, but the main thing is I've learned some things along the way. So let's have a quick tour of the layout. Here is the goods yard. At the moment we have a coal office with weighbridge there, but I'm not sure whether that's in the right place, so we may be moving that again. There's a loading platform with a crane. That's the crane from Metcalfe. It makes up into a nice little model. The RAF base has a scamel, which is here collecting items for the base. And this siding, although it's a bit short, usually has a van in it waiting to be loaded or unloaded. Over here we see the engine shed. Here we see the engine shed, which is actually a Bachmann Scenecraft model. Probably a branch line this size wouldn't have had an engine shed, but it's always nice to have one to sort of store a loco in. There's a little coaling stage next to it, and the back scene that you can see there is from the Peco range. Here we have the little Wills ground frame kit with a Hornby signal, and something like this probably wouldn't have had a proper signal box, may not even have had a ground frame, but it's always nice to have something like that. In front of the station we have a field, some sheep in. The little tufts of grass are from the Peco range, which you can buy a pack of little tufts which glue down, just to kind of break up the flat area of grass, which was a grass mat from Gaugemaster. The grounded van body was actually from the cover of a railway modeller magazine. Very simple to put together, roughly painted up and weathered, and a bit of bushes glued around the outside to make it look sort of overgrown, well used. A little bit of brown paint in front of the doors to make it look like it had been well used. A few cows as well, eating away. Again from the Hornby range. Station with a Peco buffer stop, painted white with the lamp just on top. The platform itself is from the Metcalfe range. Again, card kit which makes up fairly easily and allows you to customize the length of platform, width of platform, etc. The station building is from the Wills range, available from Peco. Makes up into a nice little sort of waiting room there. The station fencing is from Ratio, and after I'd installed it I discovered that Southern Region and Southern Railway stations would have had cream fencing, so I had to get the paint pot out and paint it up. But as you can see, we've got some gas lamps, we've got a trolley, bench, a couple of passengers. All makes it look like a nice small station. The lorry is from Oxford Rail, and fairly chunky Hornby buffer stop there, and the Peco back scene gives a sort of reasonable representation of a small village or town that would have had such a station. The Fiddle Yard is pretty simple. It's just a single section of track and space for various wagons to be swapped over. I'm using the Gaugemaster Controller. It's a really good controller and fairly cheap, and is a bit of a step up from the sort of train set controllers that you get from the train set companies, but it still gives good quality. The trees are designed to try and hide the hole in the wall where the trains come out of the Fiddle Yard and into the station. All in all, a nice little layout. The layout was originally a cardboard box because it was just what I had to hand, really, and the lid was put underneath the inner, and some bits were cut underneath to strengthen it up, and a hole cut through, and some track just sort of glued down onto various grass mats and ballast mats that I had.